Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. My name is Frincy Ibarrientos, a third year College of Bachelor of Physical Education. I will be the discussant of this concept, teaching strategy, specifically command style and learner design. Let's start with discovering the command style. What is command style? Students reproduce a specific set of outcomes on cue. The teacher makes the impact, and post impact decisions. There is also a direct and immediate relationship between the teacher's stimulus and the learner's response. This style can be used within this unit because there is only one set of rules and safety precautions for the students to follow. Therefore, it is not necessary for the students to discover these concepts of their own. The command style, the command style is also known as authoritarian teaching style. Involves the students and involves the teacher providing a clear structure for the lesson and giving specific commands to students. This style is often used in physical education because it allows the teacher to establish a safe and efficient learning environment. Lalo na sa subject na to, sa physical education, we encourage the students to move because physical education promotes move to learn to move. So in this teaching strategy, we will ensures the safety of the students by giving clear instruction and expectations. The teacher can ensure that students understands what they need to do and how to do it safely. And in this command styles, from the description itself, students reproduce a specific set of outcomes on cue. So they will do some action based on the teacher's instruction. So that is the description of command style. So let's proceed on and how we will apply command style in teaching the application. This teaching style will be used when a specific set of outcomes is desired. Within the squash unit, the command style will be used when introducing rules and safety precautions, because in learning a sports, a specific skills, we will need to introduce what is the background, what is the house rules and safety precaution, so that the students will control their behavior. For example, a teacher might use that command style when teaching a new skill, such as um, how to perform a forward roll in gymnastics. So we all know gymnastic is a big deal for sports and for the physical education. So having a clear instructions will reduce the risk of injuries of the students. The teacher will demonstrate the skill, give step-by-step instruction, and then have the students practice the skill under close supervision. So this style and this teaching strategy highly structured approach where the teacher directs and controls the learning environment. In this style, the teacher provides explicit instructions and expect students to follow them without question. Um, for example, for example, a topic of for physical education, team sports, volleyball, you will teach a skill, specifically serving. You need this strategy to command them on how they will execute the skills in clear and efficient, in this in this teaching strategy, you will maximize the time that is given for the subject. So on how that is how we will apply command style in teaching. So let's continue. We will talk about the advantages and disadvantages. Number one of the advantages of command teaching style is that it is easy to understand and follow. And as a teacher, you will need to have a clear instruction para din masundan rin ng students. And also, let's consider their age, syempre. Number two, students know what they need to do and the teacher is in control of the lesson. Because as a teacher, we are following a curriculum guide. So, in this teaching strategy, you will have the control of the lesson. Number three, this can be particularly beneficial for younger students or those who are new to a particularly sport or activity. So for a new for a beginner of a sport, so most because in teaching you will consider the background of the learners, right? So if mostly of the students are new or a beginner for a sport, you will use command style teaching strategy so that you will minimize and to have the control of the lesson and to have the control of the students. And lastly, a study of Dars and others 2008 found that the command teaching style was effective in improving the physical activity levels of elementary school children because in this teaching strategy, as we apply this, we will develop a strict approach for the students. So this the way we will control the students on how they will learn or how they will execute a topic. So if they are an advantages, we have the disadvantages. Number one, some students may feel disengaged or uninterested in the lesson if they are not given the opportunity to participate or make decisions. Because students nowadays is have a um, broaden mind so that they will participate in a specific topic. So in this command style, if ever this mostly the students have the experience or background of the topic, they will insist or they will share. So if may mga students kayo na may alam na do sa sport na yon, I guess command style is not the right teaching strategy that you will use. Number two, the teacher's authoritarian approach may create a negative classroom environment which could lead to reduced motivation and enjoyment of physical education. Why? Because the students will think na they have to do this, they must to do this because the teacher said so. So that is the disadvantages. They have no willingness or the encouragement or the engagement of the specific of the certain topic. To overcome this limitation, educators can incorporate elements of student-centered learning in their command teaching styles. For example, teachers can provide opportunities for students to make choices and contribute to the lesson plan. And this can help to increase student engagement and motivation while still maintaining a clear structure for the lesson. So there are in main mostly of the things in life merong limitasyon. So we need to consider it because in this teaching style, students must do a task at the same proficiency level. Also, the teacher is tied up and not available to give personal feedback. As we all know, feedbacking is really important to evaluate and to know, to assess your students. In conclusion, the command teaching style is an effective approach to teaching physical education, especially for younger or less experienced students. By providing clear instructions and expectations, teachers can establish a safe and efficient learning environment. However, it is important to balance this approach with elements of student centered learning to keep students engaged and motivated. So that is the command style. Let us now proceed to the learner design. What is learner design? Learner design teaching style, as proposed by Mostyn and Ashworth, is an instructional approach that emphasizes the student's active involvement in the learning process. This approach is particularly suitable for physical education, where students' engagement and participation are crucial for developing their physical skills and promoting a healthy lifestyle. In learner designed um, teaching strategy, students are given more autonomy and control over their learning. They are encouraged to make decisions about what activities they want to participate in, how they want to perform them, and how they want to be evaluated. The teacher acts as a facilitator or or provides guidance and support to help students achieve their goals. So, in this description, learner design is totally an opposite of command style. So, let us now proceed to the application. So, in this application, we will talk about the role of the learner and the role of the teacher. The role of the learner in learner designed teaching skills, teaching in physical education, to select the topic that will be the focus of the study, to identify questions and issues appropriate for the topic, to organize the questions, to sequence the task, and to design a personal program, a course of action, to collect data about the topic, answer the questions, and organize the answers into a reasonable framework. And lastly, to verify the procedures and solutions based on criteria intrinsic to the subject matter at hand. For the role of the teacher is first to select the general subject matter area from which the learner will select their topics. Next, to observe the learner's progress. And lastly, to listen to the learner's periodic presentation of questions and answer. For example, let's connect the example earlier from the command style, teaching a specific skill of volleyball. In this teaching strategy, learner designed, this is the time you will switch to this to learner design when they will apply their skills in an actual game, so that they will have the control, they have the freedom to do this specific activity, or an activity in creating an exercise plan, so that they will create their own, that they know their own exercise plan. So that is how we will apply learner design in teaching physical education. For the advantages and disadvantages. Number one, it promotes student motivation and engagement. Number two, when students have a say in what they are learning, they are more likely to be interested and invested in the process, because they have the opportunity, they have the control of the lesson, and there is a chance they will share ideas and develops develop specific skills in that they will use for their careers. And lastly, this approach also fosters the development of critical thinking skills and problem solving abilities as students are encouraged to make decisions and evaluate their own performance. So that is the skills that they will develop in this teaching strategy. So learner design is like a student centered approach that can be highly effective in physical education. In this teaching strategy, you will promote autonomy, motivation, and critical thinking, and help students develop the skills and habits needed to lead a healthy and active lifestyle. So, in this teaching strategy, um, they will use their independence, right? And to develop their leadership. In previous studies, shows that this approach allows students to take more responsibility for their learning and brings long-term advantages such as higher levels of soft skills. And in the soft skills, they will effectively understand and aware of their self, especially for their EQ, right? So having more responsibility, they will be aware of the consequences on making decisions. So that is the advantages of learner design. Let us now proceed to the disadvantages. Number one, with students free interact, the classroom space can feel noisy or chaotic. Yes, because the teacher have no is the teacher is just the facilitator, the students will not be organized, right? Number two, classroom management can become more of an issue for the teacher, possibly cutting into instructional activities. So in your lesson plan, you will reduce the instructional activity if you will apply this teaching strategy. Lastly, with less focus on lectures, because the students um, uh, will will take the stage, is there can be concern that some students may miss important information. Yun nga, as teacher, is we are guided with curriculum guide. So of all of the lesson plan is based on the curriculum guide. So if the students will have the control, so they will, some of situation the students will not learn what they deserve and what they need to learn in that specific grade or level. So that is the advantages of learner design. So all of the two teaching strategy, the command style and learner design, is good, right? But it is important for us to balance out and to know the limitation so that we will know, or we will be aware on how we will um know how to switch in a certain or a specific situation. So that is for all stitching strategies. This my references. And once again, my name is Frincy Ibarrientos. Thank you for listening.